we shouldn't kid ourselves with Minister Cannon sort of hinting us in that direction. It probably means that something has already been worked out. It's not like these two guys go up to the Prime Minister's office and sit down and say, hey, what do you want to talk about? You know, like, their officials have been working on this stuff ever since the first hint of a trip was coming out, and some things are already established and are going to roll out according to a particular plan. You never know what can happen in the dynamic in a room with two people, but some things are already agreed upon, and it sounds like that may well be one of them. Let's go back out onto the snow-covered lawns of Parliament Hill, where Heather Hiscox is. Heather.
Thanks very much, Peter. And watching the people arrive still as the clock atop the Peace Tower goes, but there's a little security entrance point with RCMP officers screening people as they come through, and the crowd still arriving. More than 1,000 people for sure now outside the House and waiting for Barack Obama's arrival. You can feel the anticipation building here because every time a vehicle arrives on the Hill, a crowd goes up and the flags wave, and of course it's not Barack Obama because we know he hasn't even begun the motorcade at this point. So, but the anticipation building, people wondering when he's going to arrive, and watching the people as they've come. And my next guest, the clue was the red book. Where is that red book that someone was visiting from afar, the tourist book in German? And tell me your name.
I'm Daniel.
Daniel, and good to see you visiting friends from Toronto and the Ottawa area. But you've come so far, I bet people from Vancouver Island, from Windsor, but you've come from the farthest, from Germany.
From Germany, that's true.
What do you make of this?
Well, it's great that Obama visits your capital. So we just decided to visit him as well, so that's why I'm here today.
To see him? You're not going to get much of a glimpse.
Well, we hope, but okay. We'll see.
Give me a sense, because of course Barack Obama made one of his famous speeches during the campaign in Germany and to such a huge crowd. How is he perceived and received in Germany?
Well, I think that everybody has pretty much hope that things change now a little bit, and especially in Europe we have that as well, because it's not that unilateral policy anymore that he pursues. So yeah, we'll try to hope, or we're hoping that things improve a little bit.
That's interesting, because a lot of the talk here is that his arrival to Canada talks about alliances and rebuilding friendships, and again how important that is. So that's an important part of how he's perceived in Germany.
That's true, yeah. And especially like Vice President Biden, he just gave the speech at the Munich Security Conference. Right. So I think that our hopes won't be disappointed. Okay,
interesting. Now, are you politically minded? The two of you?
A little bit. Yeah.
Has he made you focus on, as young people, has he made you focus on politics or think about politics?
He made me so happy, especially I'm a mixed race descent myself. And so that was the first thing that made me focus on him. And then to hear his policies and to hear everything he stood for, I was just like, when he got elected, I was like, we're going to be okay now. Everything is going to be all right.
Really? Now why?
Just his policies, the fact that America has more of a tolerance now as well, and then he just has so many like-minded policies to me. I just think that he is going to clean up that mess and make America and then the world a better place.
And what do you think in terms of a relationship with Canada? What do you think this era is going to be like?
I know that his relationship and his views from Stephen Harper are a little bit different. Hopefully they get along and there's no fist fights inside the Parliament buildings today. And we'll see, I guess.
We'll certainly see about that. We'll tell you all about that if that should ever happen.
That would be very exciting.
So thank you for bringing your friend from afar. Gave us a little bit of a European perspective on today's events, and thank you for coming as well. So Peter, as the crowd comes from all over the place, as I said, a lot of people from the Ottawa area, a lot of people taking their children out of school to witness this event, this part of history from a Canadian perspective, but people traveling from, as I said, from Toronto, from Windsor, farther afield, all the way from Vancouver Island, and even from Europe too. So back to you for now.
All right, thanks, Heather. And good for them that they're taking their. Some people have got their kids out of school today to be up here on the hill or picking somewhere along the route to have a look at the President's motorcade as it goes by. It is one of those moments you do carry through in your life and remember these things. And so that opportunity exists, at least for some Ottawa school kids today. And there's still more coming up because the President not expected here on Parliament Hill